Hey traders, welcome back to our daily trade journal and market analysis, where I journal every session, not just for accountability, but because it helps me spot patterns and mistakes faster. Plus, study shows that you're 3 times more likely to improve when you journal daily. So, as a habit, I highly recommend if you want to level up your trading as a trader. So, for today, I made $447.50. Win rate was around 76%. My health ring was showing that my body wasn't that well the last few days, and I only got about 5 hours of sleep last night. So it's a bit of a rough day, and you can kind of see that reflect in the trading today. Made a lot of smaller profits and some losses there. The win rate went a lot lower than the previous days, where I usually try to maintain 80 plus. That's the ideal goal. So we'll go dig into the charts and the signals for today. We have a nice double top here. If you guys drew this line from the other days where 333.5, 6335 on ES, that was a pretty good resistance today until we broke it. Then we made new highs at 63.45. Previous high was 63.43, 63.43. So we struggled a little bit there. I wouldn't be surprised if we use this as a support after hour at 63.35. So we'll dig a little bit more into the signals. 853, we had market structure flip bullish, and that was over here. Market structure flip bullish, which means the market is net buyers, and we want to be buying the dips. So, market open, we had our first dip. I was waiting for this dip to hit the MOB like it did over here, like this big yellow moving average here, our make or break line, but missed it by 2 points. Got edged there a little bit. So from there on, it was really hard to look for entries. And then we have another pullback here. It was at this point where I picked some entry around 63.12, picked it up 2 times, made some money early on from there. And then just kind of sat on hand while it ran all the way up because we didn't know what to do at this point. In hindsight, I didn't have that 6335 line, so I didn't know this was the area to short, right? I was waiting a little bit higher around 6339. That didn't happen, obviously, not at this point here. So 1217, we had our first triple sell signal that was around this area. So shorted this move back up from the signal and took it down here. Worked out pretty well, took most of the profit. Once I realized we were just chopping in this range here and we weren't going to break down lower, I decided to exit all my runners and just kind of be neutral, watch where the market goes. And then over here at 112, we had another X3 sell signal. That signal did not work out at all. We didn't sell. We just ended up grinding higher. And then by 140, we have the NQDD buy signal, the X1DD buy signal. Essentially, that's a pretty good signal too. That's telling that you want to double down if there's a dip, and that happened over here. And then we pushed up to new highs. But at this point, it's really hard to go long. So we just kind of waited, ended up taking a short at 63.45s because I was expecting us to break that all-time high at 63.43. Usually when we do break all-time high, we push it a little bit more. So I estimated that we would push 2 points more, put the order at 63.45. It hit 63.45.5, a little bit above that. Made that play there, took it down, worked out pretty good. And then it hit again one more time here, took another again, and came down for 5 points. Worked out pretty well there. So that's how I made most of the money. At this point, we'll go over what we think could happen tomorrow. So, digging into our 5-minute chart. Let me clear this chart up a little bit because we have a lot of drawings on here. So if you guys are watching the previous videos, I've been telling you yesterday I said 62.90. I expect us to pull back there and kind of bounce, right? So this is the arrows from yesterday's video coming back to that 62.90 level. So that level worked out pretty good overnight, 10:55-ish. We touched around that level. 62.88 was the low of that. And then we pushed up again, back tested one more time, worked out pretty well. If you just put some orders there on ES, you could have made easy money. And then we kind of grind up here, back test the MOB, and pushed up higher. So for tomorrow, the levels I would watch is I would move this up to the 6,300 area. So moving these levels up now because they have effectively shown their usefulness, right? I'm gonna get rid of that level. Then I'm gonna put this new level here as well, because I think that'll be interesting. That's the previous high is 63.35 area. So I think that could be a good level of support. So these levels are where watch for tomorrow. If we come test 63.5, we could bounce, could not, really depends over there. But if we test here, I think this will be a pretty good bounce. That's where MOB is close by as well. If we lose 62.90 and we go, 6,300 and go to 62.90, this is kind of no man's zone. And then if we lose 62.90, we're bearish again, and we can possibly go down a lot more. So that's what I think could happen going into tomorrow and the next few days. I hope that helps. Good luck, guys. Hope you guys been making money and have a great night. Thanks for watching. And if you find value in real trading insights and honest journaling, subscribe to our channel and keep up on the daily updates. Thank you and have a great day.